Right now, we've got Jonathan Downing in the Little Grass Shack on the 9 on Island Emory. How you doing today, Jonathan?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Yeah, man. You know what? Just saw that you're back to work. You're an entrepreneur, an artist, a business leader in the community doing things. How's it feel to be back to work?
It's actually a little bit. It feels good. I'm actually glad that I have income coming in.
Right.
At the same time, it's a little bit overwhelming, just because I've had like 2 months of kind of easy breezy, nothing too stressful. So it's kind of like it's a little bit overwhelming, but at the same time, it's a good overwhelming.
Right. So, where are you originally from?
I was born in Costa Rica, San
Oh,
Jose, Costa. Yeah.
wow, man. And then how'd you get to the States, man? I mean, like, you ended up just here in Vegas, straight from Costa Rica right to Vegas, or?
Long story short, our mother kidnapped us from Costa Rica to Miami. She, like, my father and them, they split.
Uh-huh.
And like, fuck you, I'm taking the kids. She brought us to the US without letting them know. And so then, that's a whole nother story in itself. But
Oh, no, no, man.
we ended up in Miami, then we went to Chicago, then I went to Phoenix, and then I came here actually, when I came here, I didn't know nobody. I just kind of hopped in my car. Some guy was hiring for a job. That didn't work out. I rented a room, and I just started from the bottom.
Oh, man. That's hard life, man. That's straight on your own, on the street, just kind of just doing you. I mean, obviously a lot of things are probably promised to you to, hey man, work for me, do this and that. But now, man, that builds a lot of character, man, a lot of strength and courage and confidence in what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I guess I could feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now, as a entrepreneur and an artist, now can you let the audience know, what you do here in Las Vegas?
So we're pretty much airbrush artists, and we focus on tourists as our clients. So we have a store inside Circus Circus Casino that I've been there for years. So we airbrush there. We also have a new location on Fremont where we just opened up in March, actually like 2 weeks before the shutdown. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're painting T-shirts, we're painting hats. We're just kind of just coloring T-shirts and hats for a living.
Hmm. Now you said, you kind of bank on tourists, and during this time, is there a lot of tourists back in Las Vegas? I haven't got really a chance to get out and kind of, cruise around yet, but.
So yeah, Circus Circus, it's like nothing ever happened.
Oh,
It
wow.
does get, yeah, it's like people are flooding in. Uh, you know, Probably like a quarter of them wear masks. Most of them don't. Um, People aren't really scared. They're kind of just like just going with it. And I think first week was like, I remember when we opened up literally on Thursday on June 4th at 9 a.m. It was dead. Like there was nobody at Circus Circus, literally nobody. And by noon, by 1 o'clock, you could just see people sprinkling in, and then you see the checkout line starting to get like longer. So they're coming, and that's good for business. That's good for us. Hopefully, we can stay safe, but we gotta keep moving.
Yeah. I mean, now, you said you airbrush and, obviously you said, coloring shirts or hats and, how'd you go about just becoming an artist? Did you like start drawing when you were a kid, or did you, like me, I got in trouble and started painting walls, not necessarily, the solid color, of certain things, but,
Yeah.
doing bomb and tags and, just being a kid. How'd you get into the artistry?
So I'll try to summarize it as well. I started drawing when I was like 3 years old, but I really got into it. So when I was like 12, 13, I started getting locked up for stupid stuff, you
Right.
know, drinking, partying, vandalism, fighting. So throughout my like juvenile life, and into adult, I was going in and out of jail, and 90% of the time that when I was in jail, I was drawing for commissary because I was broke, so I would draw, portraits for $20 credit that would give me, 5 honey buns, 10 Roman, some peanut butter, just so I can, so I can live good when I was locked up. So growing up, that was like how I got into drawing, and I was sat down to kind of force myself, because if I never would have gotten locked up or got caught, I never would have had the time or made the time to sit down and draw. So it was I think it was like a blessing that I kept getting caught, and I kept, so it helped me out anyway. So, and then when I got out, I just was like, this is my hustle. So I started airbrushing. My mom got me a kit, and I was 16 at this time, and I would just sell paintings for like $5, $10, and just start hustling. That's where I started my airbrush hustle.
Yeah. So when you say you got your hustle on, I guess you could say. Now, how'd you get into the business? I mean, the entrepreneur side. I mean, obviously, you probably can tell me a long story short. Because living
Yeah,
in the street. But now you're located in Circus Circus. You're in on a Fremont, and kind of focusing on tourism and being the artist that you are. You know,
yeah. So like I said, I grew up in like Midwest Indiana. I was around a lot of Latin Kings, and some, like, my lifestyle, like I said, was totally different. But
right.
my business came from hustling and selling dope. That's how I learned the business. The business principles. Making sure that you can buy a product at a low price and flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, no, hey, hey, I got you, man. I got you. Raised up here in Las Vegas,
That's
yeah, I know what the hustle is. You know what I mean? And till this day, it's always going to be one of those things that people get involved with. But
yeah,
now you're on the straight and narrow. You got a business.
yeah.
You have a family. Hey, congratulations on the newborn. Am I
Yeah, I got a new baby. She's 2 months. Yeah, if I straight after I straightened my life up, I just pretty much, yeah, I started walking straight. So now I'm yeah, I got a family, I got a house, I got 2 kids. I got it. It's things are great, man. I sometimes I don't feel like I deserve what I have, but I forget, that the person I am now I'm being rewarded because I'm not doing the things I used to do. So I guess it's kind of like a blessing, but I still don't feel like I'm like, damn, why am I so blessed? Why am I so lucky? But yeah, things are great right now.
Yeah. Well, with your story, I mean, it sounds, inspirational and a gift at this time to literally help people and put smiles on tourism, tourists that come into Las Vegas. I, I don't know. Is it, I never heard of, maybe you could be the first. I mean, airbrush person that turns to, a gallery and selling art. I mean, could that be a possibility for you? Maybe in later down the road, maybe.
So what do you mean, like, kind of take this to another level? What?
Yeah, yeah, to another level. I mean, first,
So
I've seen the art you put out, and I follow you on Facebook, and it's been really. I was like, wow, I can see this literally paintings in people's homes and selling it for 25K. You know what I mean?
so yeah, no, I appreciate that, but I think the reality for okay, so I what I do is the focus that I'm in. So I do just t-shirts and hats at
Right.
high volume. So I nickel and dime my way to what artists are selling, one painting for. Sometimes, like, we nickel and dime our way up. But I don't think that I see myself as an artist with fine arts. Like, I would love
Right.
to. I actually have a friend. His name is Henry Essential, and he's my inspiration. So he was an airbrush artist around my age and a little bit younger, and he got out of it, started doing oil painting, and now he's like, you know, like a multi-millionaire selling paintings for 50 grand. I would love that, but
Mm.
I don't think that that's where I'm headed. I think for myself, I've learned, I think I have a talent to kind of take people and utilize them for their potential and reward them at the same time. So like, I have a team of artists now, so I don't even paint as much as I used to. Like, most of the times I delegate my paintings to these artists that are great. Some of them greater than me, and I feel like, okay, let me help them make money. At the same time, I'm gonna make my cut. But I don't think I see myself painting. Um,
Fine arts.
yeah, fine arts. I would love to do it just for a hobby. And cool, if somebody, you know, if somebody did want me to paint something, I probably would charge like 5-10 grand, because I'm like, I don't have the time now to
Right.
sit down and do that. So, and we, like I said, like, I spend on rent on probably a 200 square foot location like 10 grand a month. So, you know, that shows like, okay, I got to generate shit, you know, 20, 30, 40 a month just to even um make it worth it, you know, make it worth the fucking stress you got to deal with.
Right.
Shit.
Now,
I,
now, with what you're doing, painting shirts, hats, and stuff like that. Now it's obviously I don't know if it's a trend or not. We'll see where it's at. But now you say you are doing masks now. It's become another like accessory, like a handbag now, and
yeah.
and now now you kind of created this. How do they? How'd you come up with that? Just say, you know what? There's a mask. I think I can do something with it, or is that what it was?
So I this is the thing, man. I'm not smart. I just look at what smart people are doing, and I do what they do.
That's a good one. It's a good way to think of it. But if you're trying to say that, yeah, you're being I don't know, your confidence, bro. You're confident.
Yeah.
You're doing things, and you're saying you're mimicking people. But I think you got one up on people because the art that you're bringing and the creativity, man, and your mind, the
I
way it works, it's just straight hustle. I mean, I love it.
appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, if you had an interview with my girlfriend, she might tell you I'm fucking crazy. Like, my mind is, you know, it's somewhere for sure. But yeah, I think that, you know, yeah, with back to the mask, you know, it's just pretty much, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're like I said, like, I started doing the mask because my business was closed. And it's like, bro, I can't stop hustling. I can't stop moving just because the store stopped. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like, okay, well, what tools I got? What can I do? So, man, I've been popping these things off on Etsy like fucking crack, bro. Like $20 a pop. Like, and they're flying, bro.
I know, no, I see. I see. You're very busy, in some of the photos and following on
Yeah,
Facebook. Man, it's beauty. It's beautiful that somebody can make something out of what's happening right now, and you're definitely putting it to work. Yeah, you're definitely putting it to work, and like I said, you're putting like I said, a new accessory on something. Like a handbag. These females these days
yeah,
they're looking for style, everything with style, I mean, you got the vape
yeah,
pens, you got everybody has to be stylish these days, and now you fall onto a business that we really need for during this time. That's great.
yeah.
So, I mean, what's the future? I mean, are you thinking of maybe mentoring kids? You say you got a group, a group or a great team that they work for you. Do you how do you inspire people to kind of join and be part of that group?
Um, well, the team I have, most of them, they found me. And so they, you know, I'm a little active on social media, and in the airbrush industry. Um, I'd like to say this humbly, but people, they they know who we are, or who, they know my company, they know my values. I kind of I set my standards high. So the people that I have now, they all have 20 years experience minimum, because the quality that we push for is super high. And I can't just hire. I won't just hire like a new one. If a kid wants to come in and say, hey man, I want to learn, like if they see us or they hear about us, I'm like, if you want to learn, I'm like, the door is open. I'm gonna tell you how it is though, because we do get a lot of that. I'm
Hmm.
gonna tell you, like, look man, I'm not paying you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna teach you a craft. I'm gonna teach you something that will help you reap for years to come. So if anything, I would say they would have to pay for my time. So I do bartering. I'll kind of be like, hey, you come in, help out at the shop, and I'll teach you this craft. You know what I'm saying? But if they have capital and they want to pay, then that's another thing. I never turn nobody down. Most of the time, I'm open to it. That's how I got my craft perfected. I saw this guy that was amazing. He inspired me. I'm like, bro, I will clean your shoes. Let me just walk next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do whatever, bro. I used to ride my bike. And this is the thing, like, I don't deal with bullshit too. Like, if a kid comes in and he starts showing up late and this, I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for this shit. Because
Right.
I know what I went through to get where I am. And dude, I used to live in Phoenix, and I used to I was broke as shit. I had nothing. I used to ride my bike to a bus stop about 10 minutes away, and then take that bus 2 hours across the city to go work for free for 6 months. I did that for 6 months, like 6, 7 months, just so I can learn. And then after that, an opportunity came up. It was there. I was there for that opportunity. And when it came up, one of the artists quit, and my trainer, my mentor, was like, hey, if you want to work, there's some work now. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I was there for that opportunity. And that was probably that was a life-changing experience for my life. Unfortunately, he's not around no more. He had committed suicide.
Wow.
um, you know but it was I was at the right place at the right time. And so I'm because of what I went through with him, I'm always like, if a kid comes in, he's like, yo man, I really want to do this. I'm like, bro, I'll take him, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I
Just
mean,
because
just
somebody took me in.
right. I mean, just listening to your story, I mean, it's such a humbling experience, man. Just listening to you, and I hope people out there, when they listen to this interview, that you can make something out of yourself from nothing. You just gotta have the drive, and hopefully, like everybody else in the world, have somebody to mentor them and put them in the right direction. Now, just listening to your story again, it's like, and it makes me feel even humbling now of everybody that everybody hasn't had it that easy. And yeah, we look at them and kind of reflect on what you've done in the past. And now you're here at this point. You're very successful, 2 locations, and literally helping the community, selling masks or what have you, and being part of that business. And also a small business in Las Vegas, and making it off the tourist, which hopefully we get back on track. Man, I don't know what to say. I just have to thank you, man, for doing what you do, and I hope that we can make some things happen in the near future.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down, and I appreciate the time and interview. Is this video go? Does this video go with the recording, or is
Yeah,
it just the?
yeah. Actually, the video will be literally we'll post it to our YouTube channel, and obviously the podcasting is separate, but we will put it out there, and I will let people know that you will. You'll be on certain at a certain point, and we'll put it on the our platform, or the internet radio station, and then we'll play it, and I'll let you know when to post.
If you got if there's time, I mean, I'm at Circus right now. I can walk to the shop and give you a little tour.
Sure, man. I mean, yeah, I'm feeling like, hey, man, is it a long walk, man, or because you upstairs or
No, no,
downstairs?
it's like I'll be there like in 1 minute.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, hey,
Yeah.
everybody, if you guys are watching this, man, this is cool, man. You know, to have a business entrepreneur, you know, a boss, walk into his shop and literally showing where the magic happens. You know.
So, this this is one of the artists right here. Is Jamoka.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's good stuff, man. Taking us to work, I love it, man. It makes me get inspired to go to work until the governor lets us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're definitely in different businesses, and you already know. She left.
So this is the airbrush shop right here. Hold on. I'm gonna just reverse. So
Wow. Now, at this time, you know, maybe last year, you think this place, you'd be like a long line waiting for you, right?
what's that?
I said, you know, maybe, you know, last year at this time that you would probably have so many customers at the desk, just, you know, kind of beating down your wall and say, hey, man, I need this. I need this. It's just saying that I'm kind of seeing right now is that, you know, Circus is a little empty. I mean, they just opened, right? You guys just opened like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, we open at 10 o'clock. I mean, it's still kind of early,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, last year this place would have been packed.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty much it right here. You got your hats, t-shirts.
Wow.
You got some stuff here. That's what we do.
Nice, man.
Yeah, this is it, bro.
That's life, man. With the Jonathan Down, I love it, man. You know, congratulations on what you do, and once again with the newborn and your family and your success, your continued success. One day, you know, we'll get you in the studio and we can talk and you know even more. Maybe create some you know some other opportunities for others out there to kind of get involved with you and see where we go. You know, here we go.
That's cool, man. It was a pleasure meeting you.
No, pleasure's on mine, man. As soon as hopefully when business opens up, man, I get to see you again. on
I'll
our
be
end.
down.
Well, you have a blessed one, man, and I'll talk to you soon. And yeah, man, continued success, my man. All right.
Take care.
All right, brother. Be good.